I think really I was attracted to it because it's a good community project and it's a good focal point for people who maybe feel after they finish their working life there's not much left for them. But to feel that there's still some distance you can go, that it isn't, you haven't reached the end of something, you've maybe started something else. And for some of the guys who come here, they have maybe never done any woodwork before and they've never been involved in maybe in a collaborative project. And then along with that is the companionship. The more you get to know them, the more comes out, in amongst the laughter and the messing about and so on.
I missed male company, missed the banter of blokes, and my wife unfortunately has been quite ill recently and they've been ever so supportive in many ways, you know, offers of help, lifts, just somebody to speak to, and it's something that I didn't realise that I would need.
When I retired, my wife retired at the same time. We'd been together 70 years, but we'd been married for 62. It was just me and her. But last February, my wife died. I was lost. I didn't know whether I was up or down. And I was gradually, after a few months on my own, I was gradually getting depressed. A neighbour across the road, she come over, she said, you want to find yourself somewhere to go. So she said, if you go down to Broadstairs, there's a place there called The Shed. And it's for chaps like yourself, on your own, lonely. Oh, I thought sounds ideal. So I went down there, met all the fellas, and it was just what I wanted, someone to talk to during the day, you know.
Well, I'm a widow, so I nursed my darling husband until I lost him, you see. And I look after my dad, who's nearly 103. That's 3 or 4 days a week, and it's full on. You need something for you, you know. A friend told me about it, and I thought, oh, how wonderful, they let women in. Great. And it's a complete outlet for me. I can come, I've got a social life, I've got companionship, you know, the chaps are fabulous, and I get the pleasure of making things.
I'd like to think I'm quite charitable and community minded, and of course we get involved in community projects which I wholeheartedly endorse, and that's good, and you get a sense of achievement. If you look round Broadstairs town, you can see evidence of where our work is reflected in the town, in, you know, just in wooden structures, repair work, renovations. It's a constantly ongoing thing.
We were looking at Broadstairs town station and we decided to put gorgeous wooden planters all along the entrance. So the lovely town shed came along, gave us advice, created these wonderful planters, and it was just brilliant when they arrived on site as a team. They're hilarious, and hilarious in a beautiful way because they do work to their strengths.
We were approached in the summer by Ramsgate Art, and what they wanted us to do was to build them a boat which would be burnt on the beach. And one of the shed heads we've got here, Andy, he decided to use the Hugin Viking boat in Pegwell Bay as his inspiration. Around the boat they'd also done a lot of workshops with children, which was really lovely. So the children had made lots of shields to go on the side of the boat.
There's one reason why the shed would be a good thing to donate money for, because it's a developing project. For example, we need money to increase the access for people, so there's a push on to get money for a lift. Given that we deal mostly with retired people who are in various stages of mobility, that's really, really important. And now that we've got a bigger place, more people are going to want to come here. And the issue then becomes a number of machines. And for the first time, they've actually got in a situation, I noticed this morning, of some people, new joiners, queuing to use a machine.
The primary financial threats that threaten us are our own success to a degree. We have an overhead, you know, we've got heating, lighting to pay, we've got business rates. We get very little financial support on a regular basis from anyone. As a charity, we live with a constant threat of not being able to continue this brilliant project, which is tough and quite emotional really, because you see what such great things it does, and it's got to continue.